Every week we bring you the stories of athletes who inspire us.
Bryan Mueller has the story of a Granite Bay junior who came to America without his parents but has found a family in rugby.
California is #1 in many things, some good, some not so good. But did you know that the #1 high school club rugby team in the country resides right here in Granite Bay?
Ultimately, I think it helps us, but it's also kind of nerve-wracking because, you know, we're competitors and we want to win and we want to maintain that #1 position, and we don't want to lose.
Even if you can't tell a fullback from a flanker, if there's one thing you do know about rugby, it's probably that it's a hard-hitting sport. But through the carnage, there is also camaraderie.
I love the brotherhood, really. That's my favorite part. Everyone's a team, everyone's a family. Everyone gets along well, pick each other up when we're down.
The team spirit you got, it teaches you a lot of things when you play the sports that I like.
That's Bryan Bogne, a junior who plays the prop position, aka...
It's like the big boys in the scrum. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough, yeah. You got just a bunch of buddies around here trying to just knock you over and just got to deal with it. So yeah, it's pretty tough.
Rolling with the punches is something Bryan has learned to do in the last couple years. He grew up in Nantes, France, with his parents and 3 siblings, but moved to California less than 2 years ago without his parents or being able to speak English.
I'm not going to say horrible, but it was just, I don't know, it was just mentally hard to be away from your parents. Don't know how to speak like English, don't have that many friends and all that. It was pretty tough.
Bryan's parents are both from Cameroon in Central Africa and met each other at a restaurant in Paris. And while Bryan has spent the majority of his life in France, he was actually born in America.
My dad told my mom that he wanted his children to be Americans, so they find a way to make me and my 3 brothers born in America here. Like that, we get to be here later to study and go to college, have better opportunities.
Mom and Dad sent Bryan along with his older brother Dwayne to live with their aunt. Bryan started school here at Granite Bay in 2020 as a sophomore, and it turns out it was an education in more ways than one.
It's just 2 different universes, like everything's different, like nothing's the same. I came here, was talking about meters, talking in meters, centimeters, and all that, and people were just laughing at me and be like, what are you talking about?
It's just one example of the distance Bryan felt between himself and his classmates, but that's where Granite Bay Rugby comes in. Bryan joined the team last season after football, being welcomed into the brotherhood when he needed it most.
It was a challenge for him, but you know, everyone helped him out. So did I, especially to help him learn English.
Imagine just one night you're in your room, just thinking about your family and all that stuff that's going on, and just the next day in the morning, you just go to school and you have your friends. Hey, what's up, Bryan? How you doing? How's friends? So like, do you miss it and all that? You get to talk about things that you like to people that obviously look like they care about you, which helps a lot.
He brings a balance to our team. He brings a different perspective with his journey here to Granite Bay, and there's not another kid in our program that has that same story. And I think the kids respect that, you know?
It's been an education for everyone involved. And while Bryan has picked up his fair share of bumps and bruises, he's also been hit with a healthy dose of perspective.
That I'm not the center of the world. Yeah, I did learn that for sure, and that other people have feelings, and I learned also how much I love my parents and my brothers.
It accelerates, obviously, your maturity and your responsibilities. I've never heard him just talk about himself.
Bryan will get to see his family again this summer when he goes home to France. But before that, he and the rest of his teammates have a big trip themselves. They're going to Indiana in May for the National Rugby Championship. Reporting in Granite Bay, Bryan Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
GBR 3, 1, 2, 3, GBR!
Bryan says he wants to study computer science in college, and Granite Bay coach Chris Miller says Bryan can absolutely play at the next level.
Fantastic. Go into computer science.
Yes.
You'll make good money. All right, coming up, not broadcasting.